Hey guys, this is Justin, also known as Anks from the ESCA forums. I'm going to be doing a video review on the Logitech G400 mouse that I just picked up today from Best Buy. It's Logitech's new mouse. It's right here all the way on the right. It's a remodel of the ever popular MX518, which I have here. This is a first generation MX518. As you can see, it's a 5-skate version of the mouse. It's the original version. Max DPI of 1600, not 1800. So this is the original one. This is the good one, as most people would consider it, because of the older style feet that a lot of people prefer. I also have, for comparison purposes, a Razer Death Adder Black Edition here, which I had been using because this 518 went bad on me a couple weeks ago. The cord went bad and it's been cutting in and out, so I had to move on. I miss it though. And then I also have a Microsoft IntelliMouse 3.0. I didn't put much use into this mouse. Honestly, I had it for a week and I didn't really like it. I'll explain why later. But just for sizing purposes, I have all four of these on a Pure Track Talent pad. So in terms of sizing and shape, the G400 is just a copy of the 518. It's exactly the same. I mean, if you like the shape of the 518, then you're going to like the G400. The difference is the material, or the main difference between the two is the material. This is glossy. It's not rubberized like this. It's glossy like the IntelliMouse. And then this is, I guess it's rubberized, but it's not the same type of rubberized as the Death Adder. The Death Adder is kind of like a smooth rubber, and this is more like it's kind of rough to the touch actually. But I mean, it is rubberized, but it's definitely rougher than the DA, which I kind of like. I mean, honestly, I had grip issues with the DA. I'll explain that in a bit. But I've always preferred the 518/G400 shape to the DA and to the IntelliMouse, and I'll explain why. So if you see me hold this mouse, if I hold it up like this and turn it upside down, you can see that my palm, like the back of my palm, is flat on the mouse, and it's like a true palm grip. My fingers are kind of raised. It's really just the tip of my fingers resting on the mouse, but my palm is on the mouse. For the DA, if I were to put the back of my palm on the mouse, look where my thumb is. I don't know if you can see. It's too far forward. Like, it's not on the side buttons at all. It's just on the front one. Now, if I were to grip it with mostly my fingers and kind of have this gap, like this weird gap that I don't like, where I'm really gripping the mouse with my fingers and not my palm, then that's like the regular Death Adder grip. And don't think that I have like these huge hands. I have average, maybe even below average size hands. Like, I don't know why the DA grip is not, I don't know, it just doesn't work with me. I don't like it too much. Now, in terms of performance, I think this sensor has 3200 DPI. I really don't care. I mean, most Counter-Strike players won't care, mainly because that's just ridiculous and you never need that. I played at 400 DPI on the 518 and 450 on these two mice. This one's, you can only do 450, and then this one is the lowest setting. Now I guess in terms of performance, or I guess we can talk about the feet. This mouse has, unfortunately, it has a newer type of feet. I was just in game deathmatching with it for the first time. It was quick. It felt like I was playing on ice. Like when I first got in game, it felt really, really fast. But after about 100 kills, I didn't really notice it anymore. I was getting pretty used to it. And then if I were to probably go back to this, it would feel really slow. So I don't think that's a huge issue. Obviously, people have been using the newer feet in the 518 for a while, so I don't think it's gonna be a deal breaker. Okay, so for these two mice on the lowest DPI setting, or at least for the 518, since 2006 when I got this mouse, I had never been able to make this mouse skip, and I play at a pretty low sensitivity, and I'll show you in a sec like how I play. But I've never on fast swipes have I ever been able to make the 518 skip. I went in game, tried to make this thing skip intentionally, just like moving as fast as I can. Couldn't do it. Couldn't make it skip at all. The Death Adder, I can intentionally make this thing skip at 450. 1800 would be a little bit more difficult, but I don't like using 1800 DPI because on my desktop it just is way too fast and it's annoying. This mouse, the sensor just sucks. Like, I'm gonna be totally honest. Like, it's an older mouse. It was good for its time, but if you move fast with a MSIE 3.0, then you're gonna get crazy negative acceleration. You might spaz out. You might be looking at the sky. You probably die. Don't like this mouse. I got it just because it was cheap, but I didn't like it. The DI, I can make it spaz pretty easily on a QCK heavy. It was a little bit harder on the Talent. Apparently, what Pure Track claims is that this design helps tracking, but I can still make it spaz out. It only happens every once in a while, but I can still do it, which is, I don't know, it's annoying. These two, flawless, can't make them spaz out. Then one more thing to talk about is prediction. The benefit of these two mice is that they do not have any prediction in the sensor. These two have it built into the sensor. You can't get rid of it. So I could show you. I mean, I don't even want to bother showing you, the horizontal lines test. Just trust me. These two have prediction. These two don't. It's minor prediction. It's not like the SteelSeries Kinzu where it's like the shittiest thing ever and you can't even play. Like it's not going to affect your play, honestly. Like I don't think it's ever going to make you miss a shot. One thing that actually I've noticed is that it kind of helps you keep your crosshair at like head level if you're doing a large swipe. So if you're swiping quickly to someone, if you ever try and do a reaction shot or something like that with a rifle, prediction will actually keep your crosshair like perfectly level on like a really, fast swipe. But then also people will claim that like minor movements in diagonal directions will get affected. But I really don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it's gonna make you want to play on either one, like make you hate one or the other. But yeah, so these two have prediction, these two don't. It's also known as angle snapping, drift control, any of those words that people use or terms. Okay, another feature of this mouse, the G400 that just came out, is that it is plug and play 1000 Hertz. So I'm going to show you real quick, really quickly, if that claim is true, that it actually plugs and plays to 1000 Hertz. So I have direct input mouse rate right here. I'm going to move it around. You can see that the peak is 1045, and even the average there, like you see, like 4 digits most of the time. So it's better than the DA. When I use the DA with the drivers, it would float around 920, maybe average would be 920, and it would never peak. I think the peak would be like maybe just over 1000. So I'd say that the G400 does a better job at maintaining 1000 Hertz, which is good. A lot of mice can't do that. I know on my 518, I played at 500 because it would get up to like 750 and then just take a shit, and it wouldn't want to stay around 1000. Okay, what else? Yeah, overall I'm pretty happy with it. I'm going to get these mice off of here and go in game real quick and just show you like swiping, stuff like that. Just really quickly. Alright. So let's go in game. What am I doing? Okay. This is a 9-minute review. Wow, didn't think I'd make it last this long. Alright, so going in game here. I'm just going to create a server. What map are we on? Look at this too. Alright, so see I'm in game here. I'm going to play one-handed. Freeze time. Alright, I'm going to just show you swipes. Like, you can watch the screen. I guess I'll back up. I'm going to go quickly. I'm kind of reaching with my arm here. This is really awkward, but you can see it doesn't, it does not spaz out. I played a pretty low sensitivity. I'll show you, like, this is one swipe across my mouse pad, and this is a 19-inch wide Talent, so it's 2 inches wider than the QCK. So yeah, that's it's a little, it's a little bit less than 3/4 of a turn, so it's pretty low. It's not the lowest. I'm sure people will play with lower, but I can't make this thing spaz out, which is good because I can make pretty much every mouse spaz out. So yeah, I'm not going to give this thing like a rating out of 10, but pretty much if you like the 518, you're going to... Oh, one thing I totally forgot to mention is the mouse wheel. The mouse wheel is different. The mouse wheel is definitely different from the 518. Let me bring up the DA and the 518. There's a stiffness to the G400 mouse wheel. Like, definitely... I don't know, just take a listen for a sec. Here's the 518. Pretty loud, but I like this mouse wheel the best out of any mouse wheel I've ever used. This one's quieter, it's a bit stiffer, and then for comparison purposes, here's the DA. It's really loosey-goosey. Didn't like this mouse wheel specifically because it would give me like phantom jumps. Like, I would jump, obviously I have a mouse wheel bound to jump. I would just like randomly jump sometimes, and I wouldn't even touch the mouse wheel. And also the mouse 3 button, I didn't like it. It's like really, you don't press it in very far, so didn't like it that very much. 518 I never had any problems with, never had any phantom jumps. This one I can't say so far, I've only had it for a day, but no phantom jumps so far. But I kind of like the feel of the old 518 better, but I can see why they would want to make it quieter, because this one is pretty loud. But I've never really had any issue with it. But I don't know. This is again more of a preference thing. I think that it's going to be like the mouse skates, where I'm going to be used to it in a day, and it's not going to matter. And then, well, I'll just again for comparison, the IntelliMouse, the mouse wheels is a piece of shit. It gives you phantom scrolls. Don't let anyone say that a newer version doesn't have it. The Legends edition has it, this edition has it, the old edition has it, all of them have it. The mouse wheel sucks. Don't get this mouse. But yeah, G400, I like it so far. I think it will be a good successor to my 518. It has the grip that I like, where I can rest my palm on the mouse and not have there be a gap between my palm and the mouse like the Death Adder. I'll be spending the next couple of days getting used to the faster feel of the mouse and skates, but overall, good mouse. Suggest getting it. Logitech's good company. If it breaks, they'll replace it. Or I'm assuming they will. They used to always send me replacement 518s because I stepped on one, and I don't know, they're just really good about it. This is a good mouse. Like the Death Adder is a good mouse, but I just like the feel of the 518/G400 better, and I like their mouse wheel better, and I don't really mind prediction. And I think it has, if you're landing, I'm not landing a lot, but if you are landing, the 1000 hertz plug and play is a big plus versus either installing drivers or using, whatever the method I used for the 518 was, which is kind of a pain in the ass. So yeah, I'd say it's a good mouse. Recommend picking it up at Best Buy. It's $50 there, and if you also want a 518, they're only $26. So if you don't care about the new color of the mouse, the new feel of the mouse, and the 1000 hertz plug and play, you can get a 518 for $26 at Best Buy today. All right, so that's it. It's a 15-minute review. I can't believe it lasted that long. Everybody have a good one.